answer key video here that we're going to do. We're on Unit 3, Lesson 11. This is page 47 in your books. Let's get down right to it. So the first thing they do is give us this graph. It says here are 5 lines on a coordinate grid. Write equations for lines A, B, C, D, and E. So just off to the side, I'm going to write down our form of the equation that we used, that y equals mx plus b, unless, remember we said if it's a special graph, which is what we just learned in this lesson, if it's a vertical line, I should have x equals a number. I'll just use the hashtag sign or the number symbol for that. And if it's a horizontal line, we should have y equals a number. Okay, so those are all the different ways that we can write equations right there. Okay, I'm going to put a line between them because that y equals mx plus b is for the non-special graphs, and by special graphs I mean those vertical or horizontal lines. If I have a special graph, I got to use those. Okay, so line A, well, right off the bat, they're starting us off with a special graph. Line A is this line right here, okay, and it is a vertical line. So my vertical line, I look at my notes, vertical line, x equals some number. Okay, let's write that out. X equals, now what number? Well, it's wherever it crosses the x-axis, and it looks like this one crosses the x-axis right here at -4, because here's -5. Oh yeah, so here's the origin. So if I count, it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is -4. So it's x equals -4. And that's my equation. That's it. All right. The next one, line B, there we go. Another special graph. This one's another vertical line. So I know it's going to be x equals a number. What's this number going to be? Here's the origin. Again, count over. So that's 1, 2, 3. This time it's at +4. So x equals +4. So I do line C. Line C, where's line C? Line C is right here. So I've got this horizontal line. So this horizontal line gives me that special graph, that special equation of y equals a number. So what number is this going to be? For here, C, here's the origin. Looks like I go up 1, 2, 3. I go up 4. So it's just y equals 4. For line D, another special graph. It's another horizontal line. So I know it's going to be y equals a number. I count down from the origin 2. So that's at -2. All right, line E. Finally, we've got a just a normal linear relationship. Now, right away, I see that my slope is negative. So I'm going to use that y equals mx plus b format, right? So this one up here, I'm going to use this format for my equation. And I know m is negative. I know the slope is negative. I can see that. That line is going down from left to right. So I'm going to start writing that out. Y equals negative, because I know the slope is negative. Now let's find the slope. Okay, well, when I zoom in, and you guys can see this on your books without zooming in, but I see they kind of already formed a little slope triangle for me. I just have to count it. Okay, so from there to there, it looks like I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put a negative in front of it just to make sure that we remember it's negative. So I've gotten down 6, -6, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my slope is -6 over 8, but I see I should always simplify my slope if I can. 6 over 8, both of those are even. Divide them both by 2, we get 3/4. So I'm going to erase that and actually put 3/4 x. And then the plus b part of my equation, right, this ending part of my equation is where the line crosses the y-axis. It's that y-intercept. It's the beginning point. So where does this line begin? It begins right here, because that's where it crosses this y-axis. Okay, so right here, where's the origin? Origin's right here. It looks like I just have to count up 1. So my y-intercept is just a +1. So I put +1. And there's my equation of those 5 lines. All right, for problems 2 through 6, looks like we have to do the graphing. All right, so the first one says plot 5 points whose x-coordinate is -6. So x-coordinate is -6. That would be over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my first point, I'm just going to make actually on the x-axis at -6. So it says plot 5 points. I've got to do 4 more. I'll do one up here, and then I'll do 2 down below. So here and there. All right, so there's my 5 points. What do I notice about them? Same thing we noticed in the lesson, right? They form a vertical line. They form a vertical line. Then it says plot 5 points whose y-coordinate is 4. So I'll do that in a different color, just so it stands out from the vertical line. Y-coordinate is 4, so up 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look at that. I chose one of my points on there from the vertical line. Oh, I should have connected those. Let me connect those. Let me draw a line through those vertical points, and let me draw a line now through those. That's going to help me answer the question, what do I notice? Well, I noticed the same thing we noticed in the lesson. They form a horizontal line. All right. Graph x equals 7. So x equals 7, that's what a vertical line has to look like. I'm going to do this in green just to make it stand out from our first 2 problems there. So x equals 7, I go on the x-axis to 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I draw a vertical line. Now, how did I know it was a vertical line? Because it's telling me when it says x equals 7, that's a special graph because there's no y, and I know it doesn't cross the y-axis. That's why it says x equals 7, because that's where it crosses the x-axis. For the next one, it says, let's label that, sorry. Let's label that graph x equals 7. Let's put that down as, this is my line for number 4. Okay, so for number 5, it says graph y equals -8. So y equals -8. I got to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is this line right here. And I'm going to put that that's my line for question 5. Right? And I want you to do the same so that kind of sticks out. Now, number 6. This is the one I'm not going to actually do. I want you to try it on your own. All right? This is the y-intercept. I'll put that down for you. I'll at least help you out that much. This is your slope. Remember, slope tells us the vertical distance over the horizontal distance. So those 2 numbers in your slope fraction represent the vertical distance on the top number and the horizontal distance on the bottom number. So that should help you graph that. Just be careful, that slope is negative. Okay, so we talked about this earlier this week. For one of those earlier lessons, you can put the negative with the top number, or you can put it with the bottom number of slope, but you can't put it with both, right? If you have it with both, then that means a negative divided by a negative, which is actually a positive. Our slope's not positive. So it has to go with one or the other, okay? If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask the teacher, but this is the only problem you have to do on your own, so I think you guys can handle it. Good job today. I can answer all your questions when I get back.